Okay, welcome to Creative and Design and Supply. Today we are going to go over some adhesive vinyls and what transfer tape that will pick them up. Certain ones have certain materials. They may be a little bit slicker, and so they may not pick up as well. So we are going to put a couple of different ones on a cup today, just to see how they do. So I've done a few different things. I did the Oracal 651, and I did our holographic. Okay. This is very slick and this is tricky, and I'll show that to you in just a moment. I took some of our gunmetal holographic, and then I also took the brush metal. Okay. And I'm going to be using, for transfer tape, I'm going to be using the Aura tape MT80. Okay. I'm also going to be using the Caesar brand of transfer tape. And then that's the same thing on that one. And then I'm going to use our brand, our Creative Design and Supply. This comes in a roll. This is 30 feet. You get for $20. We also have a 6-inch roll that you can get for $10. That is 30 feet also. The one thing I like about this is it doesn't have a backing. You can store it really well, pull it out, cut it, and you can keep on going. Alright, so I have some of these already cut up, and we are going to go over a few steps on this. One, you have to have a good bond with whatever you are using. I'm also going to use this board right here, this corrugated board that we sell. This is just a piece of it, but I'm going to start out with the cup, and I have 3 different ones because I'm going to do three different transfers, just to show you. These 3 right here are going to be the trickiest because they are very, very slick. So it's going to have a certain transfer mask to pick those up. Alright, and if the one that picks it up for me does not pick it up for you, I have actually went ahead and I have overcut something with our regular 651. I cut it really deep so that way you would be able to see if it's not coming off the backing. You may have cut in to the backing part, and so then that's the reason why whenever you pull it apart you get paper. Okay, and we'll get back to that one. But right here, so I'm going to take this one, this one, this one, and my 651. Okay, and the key to these are you're going to start out with a good base. Now, I have put my hands all over this. I've put my hands all over this. We have natural oils in our hands, and we may not see them, but they are there. So whenever you put it on there, it's going to be an oily surface. So what you can do, or what I always do, is I get the highest amount of alcohol. Well, that's usually what I use, at least 70. Okay, and I am going to prep my cup. Now, whenever I prep it, after I do this and wipe it down, okay, I'm going to let it set off and dry, okay, because I don't want to touch it again because the alcohol is moving all the oils. Okay, I'm going to set that one right there. Now I'm going to do that. Just assures that you get a good hold on whatever you are using. You always want to prep everything that you're doing. see. All right. So I have this one. Sorry. We are going to start out with the MT80. Okay. You are going to want a scraper for this. And when I say you need to burnish it, you're going to get a friction so it gets a good solid hold on it. So let me bend this back. Okay. This first one should be no problem. So I'm going to take it, and I am going to use a little bit of force. That way, whenever I go to peel it up, it will peel. If I burnish it good enough, it will peel off. Okay? So this is the 651. And matter of fact, I was going to use this one. Okay. I'm going to use my soft side. Put it on there, rub it on there. And the easiest way for me is I pull it back at a 90-degree angle. That way you're not doing anything to, I know that you can't really see that. Okay, I can actually use this again. Okay, this is for the 651. Now I'm going to show you that I am going to take the negative part of the ghost that I needed, and I'm going to put it flat, and I am going to show you a wet method of putting this on here. Okay. Okay. All right. So I have plenty of water that has a little bit of soap in it. I'm hoping it has enough. I didn't bring any Dawn, but if you use a little drop of Dawn in this, it should work, but it should have enough properties on it. What I'm trying to attempt right here is not to get any bubbles in here. So I'm going to lay it down on top of that. I'm going to burnish it. And let's see. Wipe up the excess. Okay, and I'm going to pull 90-degree angle. I'm pulling back to myself. Okay. Now I have no bubbles. No bubbles. Okay, now mind you, this is with the regular 651, okay? It's going to get a little more trickier. That's why I wanted to show you all those methods real quick, because I don't believe I'm going to be able to with the brush metal, and more than likely I do not believe I'm going to be able to pick this up with this, because it's so slick and it already has oils on it. But the key is I sit it in the middle and go out. But the key is, if you do not burnish it, and if you feel like you're being too aggressive with it, you can use this side. We sell these on our website and in our store. They are wonderful. Okay, so it is not going to transfer with the MT80. I got a little bit. Okay, see if I can burnish it a little bit more. Sometimes you can, but at first, okay. So that one is not going to pick this one up. Let me set that one right there. Okay. Alright, now we are going to try with this one. This one has a little bit more grooves. It has the same consistency of any holographic. Holographic is going to have a very slick film on it. Okay, let's see. Okay. Because it does not have a good gripper or an adhesive to it, this is slicker than most. Okay, so that one will not pick up. And I'll show you real quick, but this one definitely will not pick it up. We carry 2 other brands because of this. Now, I am going to okay, barely. Okay, so it fooled me, but okay. You have to, the key of it is you have to burnish it. See, I can still burnish this one, and it may not pick it all the way up. See, it just picked up that part. Okay, so I would not use this on our holographics because it is a hit or miss. Now on, let me get these. Okay, so now I'm going to use our Caesar brand. Okay, this one is really nice. It has your lines on it that you are wanting. It is transparent. It's not clear, but the reason why is because it's a little bit grittier, and it has a stronger stick to it. So therefore, if you wanted to get okay, this one, '90-degree angle, either which way. You just want to pull it back on itself. Okay, I could even use this one for the next one. Okay, key to everything is to make sure that it has the ability to pick it up with, okay, could still use this. Okay, this is one that I have cut too deep. Let me see if I can get over here. Okay, let me see if I'm in the lighting. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and hold this. You see how it's already, okay? So I have cut this one too deep. That is one reason why you will get one where it will not come all the way off. You can see his arm was holding right there. So that one is cut too deep. I need to back off my force. But there is a little trick that you can, let me get you back in focus. Sorry. Okay. All right. I'll put it on top of this black. Instead of cutting another one, I can remove that piece. I know a lot of you don't like to do that, but if you don't want to waste your material, here is a way that you can do that. I also cut it deep on this one on purpose to show, but this one will work too. So I can hold that down and I can pick up that. You can do it with tweezers, and then that way you can press it on there. Remember, do flat, rub with the soft side, and then just pull it directly back. Okay? So, and like I said, like on this one, and I can use the wet method on this one also. So, get some of this trash out of the way. Okay. This one has a little bit more of adhesive style to it. Okay, here. I am going to put that out of frame, and I will just go ahead and put these on here since I cleaned that one off. And I can do pull it straight back. That way you won't get any pulling because you're not pulling directly up. Okay? Alright, and then I can actually do a wet method with the same one. Okay? Okay? I just used this one to do that one, but I can still use the wet method. When you do the wet method, so you do not get the bubbles, you want to lay it flat. There you go. Because some people say I do big hearts or something, and it doesn't. It has bubbles. Yes, you can pop those. Yes, you can. But a little drop of Dawn and that is where I actually picked it up with my weeder because I wanted to save it. Okay. And I used this 2 times, one with wet method. I could actually stick it somewhere and I could use it again, but the CDS brand works wonders for wet method because I can use it 2 times on the wet method. Matter of fact, okay, so let's go ahead. And this is, I cut some pieces off of this to go on there. This, let's see. Okay, I did not burnish the eyes. Very good. This is a little bit on the thinner, grittier side and thinner, but it has a good adhesive to it. Okay, so let me put him over here. Okay. Alright, I just applied him with that. So now I'm going to go and I'm going to take my holographic, put it on there, flat. Okay. I'm going to take the head and go directly down. Now once the water that is up underneath here dries, it's just like whenever you tint the vehicle. I used a little too much. Okay. And I can actually set this to the side, let the moisture off of it. I could actually do it again too. I don't have another ghost, a whole ghost to do that. I don't need to do the wet method on this one because it's not a solid piece and you're not going to get air bubbles in it if you start from the top and go down and let your vinyl roll down. You always want to use a squeegee. You always want to burnish. If you have any other questions about anything on here, message me, let me know. This is for my beginners. These are for people that are, we do have 3 different types of transfer because they're meant for different things. We have, you know, some that are universal, the Caesar and ours. Ours will do anything. Matter of fact, if you come in the store and you see the red sign that says the 12-inch 5-foot rolls on it, and it's, I want to say it's 3.5 long. I did the wet method on that all in one piece with the 6-inch, and I used it again for some other things. So it works really good. Love it. This right here is, because it doesn't have a back on it, you're not wasting paper, you're not having to throw more paper away, and you can just sit it up in something. And the other ones, if you get sheets, you're going to have to make sure you lay them flat, don't get creases in them, etc. But just remember, if you get anything like this, you still can save it. You just remember that you're going to have to back off your force. And you may want to test cut because these are 2 different materials. And actually this is thinner and it has a holographic film in it. I hope that helps. If y'all need anything else, let me know. Message and comment. Thanks, guys.